Are we getting sound working here? Oh, thank you, Rajesh. Good morning, MFQ. Good to see you. Nice to meet you, Rajesh. I don't know if I'm saying it right. If it was first way or the second way, just let me know. So what I'm doing with this, I want to call it an etude. It's a prelude. Is I'm realizing that it takes a lot of strength because the power required for each keystroke must be generated within such a small space above the keys. You don't have time to do this, right? Or this. So that finger strength has to be generated in just a very small bit of space. So it's really, maybe strength isn't the best term because it's not just brute strength. It's Muscle acceleration, know that term, that's important. As well as the relaxation. After you accelerate the muscle, you got to quickly relax the muscle if you want to remain efficient. I don't even know if I'm getting all those left-hand notes in there. Finger strength is required not just to be able to play a key, because that may not require a whole lot of finger strength. But finger strength really comes into play when you start increasing the velocity and when you play on instruments with a firmer touch. You will notice you can feel it in the forearm when you get tired. Now, the point is to be able to relax and have such an efficient technique that that doesn't happen. But there's always going to be a turning point where that does happen. So that's when the finger strength kicks in, and I want to use I use finger strength on purpose because I'm kind of counteracting a narrative that's often out there, which is that your finger strength has nothing to do with piano playing, or it doesn't help your piano playing or whatever it is. But see, I'm here to say it does help. I don't want lies to spread on the internet. It does help, and it's not just to be able to play the piano. It doesn't take. I will agree. It doesn't take a lot of finger strength to press down the keys on a piano. And so, if you come up with a very efficient technique, that strength aspect shouldn't come into play most of the time. But the fact is that again, when you have a lot of notes, or especially double notes happening in a high velocity, that's when you start to need to bring that strength aspect into play. And most people don't naturally have strong enough fingers to deal with that, and that's why you get these injuries happening. Now, I used to be one of those people, and that's how I can confidently make these statements because I can tell you from experience, I don't need papers or studies, which very often they don't really prove anything because they're all, within certain controlled within certain confines. There's very few good studies have been done about this, unfortunately. Uh, but strength helps, and I'm not going to say just to be able to play the piano. What I'm saying is actually helps you to learn those more difficult pieces that require a little more strength for sustained periods. Uh, it helps you avoid injury when you practice these more advanced pieces. So I can do like that etude, Opus 10 number 2. A lot of people they play it and their arms ready to fall off from the first playing. Now, I managed to get through 3 times today, and I don't think I'm completely spent yet. And that's a hard one to get through. If you're taking as soon as you start to take faster tempos with that, it's very easy for tension to be introduced if you don't understand the movements that are happening, the techniques that are happening. Finger strength and conditioning. I use the term strength kind of on purpose to be a little provocative, but it's not exactly strength. It's actually more accurately would say it's a wide range of conditioning parameters that have to be met, but that finger conditioning, strength is part of that. Okay, muscle acceleration is part of that. Relaxation. But that strength aspect, man, it is so fundamental to piano playing. And if you want to know what I mean when I use that term, just watch my videos. I mean, I'll explain my techniques. Finger strength is so necessary. And for me, it's been a big way to avoid injury. It makes you more resilient. If you have, you know, rather than just the normal kind of wispy little tendons, if you've been able to build your tendons up by repeat now conditioning. Now some pianists do this just by, you know, playing all their etudes and stuff. Obviously, playing etudes will get you a good piano technique if you have the stamina, to get through that. But there is the added benefit of cross training. You can strengthen your fingers with exercises away from the piano, and you can condition your arms and tendons, ligaments, muscles, all to be much more resistant and resilient, okay, to activity. So that's the idea, is that we want to be able to practice our etudes. We want to be able to practice Chopin etudes, play the first five. Chopin didn't write these etudes for you just to play one or two. He wanted you to study a bunch of them and have them played in succession. Now, one has to realize that the action on the piano of Chopin's day was lighter than today. So finger strength is more important today than it might have been for Chopin. His piano action was lighter, just allowed you to do so much more. Uh, and the same is true with piano action, though. If you have a very light piano that allows you to get a lot of sound with a very light action, and you build a very light touch technique, and that's your technique, then that can work. You may not need any extra finger strength exercises. I mean, that can work. You may not get like a gigantic steel velvet sound like that of Van Cliburn, but you'll be able to play most pieces without doing much finger strength exercises if you have a light enough piano. All right, because it's the heaviness of the strength that you need from the fingers goes up when that touch becomes firmer. And if you want to be able to play on any instrument you sit down on, which I want to be able to do professionally, I have to be able to do it. You need more finger strength. You're just going to need it. And I know that there are those out there that say, hey, that has nothing to do with piano playing. They're not correct. And they need to define what they mean by strength. Because if you're only defining finger strength by, how many pounds can I lift with two fingers or whatever, well, that's not exactly the type of strength that I'm talking about. Be right back, you guys. Okay, another thing is that with finger strength goes wrist strength. You gotta have wrist. You gotta have some wrist strength. Um, your wrists and your hands are gonna be what you're really. That's where the rubber hits the road with piano. Now the movement should initiate from other muscles. They should have other muscles involved, uh, larger muscles. But your wrists have to be super strong because that's transmitting all that energy from whatever other muscles in your arm and your shoulder that you're using to the fingers, to the keys. And the fingers have to be able to hold their shape. The fingers are attached to muscles in the forearms, which you can see because when I wiggle my fingers, you can see that the twitch, hopefully if the lighting is right, you can see that there's movement happening here. And that's the tendons attached to the muscle groups that are controlling the fingers. And I think most of you know that, but it's sometimes it's helpful to just see where those attachment points are. I just realized I had a memory slip in that bar. movements feel different at different speeds too, to the point where if you only play it fast, it's just easier to play it fast. Better to slow it down, be able to play it slowly and fast. It means you know the movements better if you could do that. No teasing up there. No teasing. It's hard to shove my fat fingers in between black keys. That's the second one. Oh, yeah, that's not the easiest part. Double notes they're always a little difficult. Good morning, Odile, and let's list more Chopin. Oh, good idea. Piano James said, "What piece is it you playing?" I'm playing La Campanella, but I'm also playing Chopin today. What which I've worked on more. The Chopin I've had more time with. So it's not that the list is harder as well, but it's not that much harder. Yeah, there's a few mini etudes in this Polonaise for sure. Um, your piano has high action. So it's a hard action, you would say? Hard to press down. Yeah, a hard action can make it difficult. But I found that's where finger strength comes in, as I was talking about earlier. It really helps if your fingers are a little more conditioned to handle that. It does increase. It's good to practice on. They used to tell us to practice on those harder pianos in conservatory. It's true. SOS. Yeah, uh, it's good to play on those pianos because it's actually one way of finger training. I mean, if you start to as soon as you start to increase the speed, you're going to notice, man, those muscles have to work so much harder to play loud and fast. Uh, okay. Yeah, I was playing some thirds, double notes. That also increases your finger strength because playing etudes with double notes is really good. I would recommend it. You know, so especially for if you're at a moderate level of training already, it's just a good take you up to the next level. All right, y'all. So yeah, Steinways can be yeah. I don't know if I played on the very latest ones, but I have to say the one that I play on the yeah, oh okay, Hamburg. Yeah, see the New York one that I played on, I would call that medium. It almost was a little on the heavy side base, but yeah, Hamburg, you're right. I think they're lighter. I actually prefer Hamburg Steinways most of the time. Yeah, I prefer them to the New York. I guess they're just better at building pianos over in Germany. Um, well, Bosendorfer's are over there too. Okay, gotta go, guys. But it's been lovely. Great to see you, SOS and MFQ, big time fans, and Lee and Odal and Kalavinka Rayesh. Nice to meet you, buddy. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your. I want to say Saturday because it's my day off. Have a great rest of your Thursday.